Hey, it's me, Albatross. I'll be putting this video on both my YouTube channels, but I just wanted to talk about why I named anything taboo, why I named it. It's because the last few months, I've been realizing a lot. I've been realizing that the things that they've been pushing down our throats that have been bad, or that they've said about most things, not everything, but like most things, like the news and the mainstream media, legacy media, the government, all these places have been pushing down our throats that are bad. You end up looking into it, and it ends up, there's a reason, an incentive to say these things, and it's almost like it's gotten to the point where it's like, well, shit. Well, like anything they say at this point now is bad. We might as well assume is good. Anything that they say is good, we might as well assume is bad. So that's kind of where the name came from. And listen, guys, when I started my YouTube channel, I did surprisingly well at first. And I've noticed something in the last about month after I made a certain video. I don't even want to say which video of mine that I made, but I noticed it was specifically after a certain video I made where I started, like, my views started decreasing substantially, like a lot, like more and more and more, to the point I'm lucky where I get 5 views now, and I was almost getting hundreds of views. And I think I'm being shadow banned. I think I'm being shadow banned because of what I'm talking about. So that's another reason why I named this channel Anything Taboo, because it seems like these things that are super important to talk about are being banned. And I wish YouTube and Twitter would catch up with this free speech thing. I really wish they would. But I realized taking out the deep state isn't going to be done overnight. It's a process. It's a process. So I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing because the things that I talk about are important. And I know they're controversial, and I know not everyone will agree with me, and I'm okay with that. That's what is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful about freedom of speech, is that we don't have to agree to get our point across. It's fine that we don't. But a lot of people in positions of power don't feel that way. And lately, where you see the deep state has become in such a desperate state lately that they're actually telling on themselves at this point. They're unintentionally telling on themselves. Like the fact that you don't want to stand up for children fighting cancer, having their dreams recognized, that's a red flag. The fact that you're so war hungry, that's a red flag. The fact that you're fighting against getting rid of, like, this big pharma commercials and getting rid of the toxins out of our food, that's a red flag. Like, pretty much anything good, there's these certain few people in positions in government, in the entertainment industry. Oh my god, we might as well just categorize the whole entire entertainment industry in that, because they're all fighting it. And a lot of rich people. Isn't it funny when the rich people are yelling at the poor people, like, they're trying to get tax cuts for the rich people? It's like, yeah, well, you're one of those rich people, dude. Like, don't preach at me. Like, it's usually the richest people that whine about that. It's odd. Like, to make no mistake, those people in Congress that are fighting about that, they're like millionaires. All of them. They're millionaires. And they have no reason to be millionaires. Their salary does not equate. So, yeah. They're all multi-millionaires, though. So, yeah. But it's just like every situation that we're trying to get accomplished where it would actually bring peace, it would stop death, it would stop child trafficking. They're fighting it. And make no mistake, the people in Congress that are fighting these things, they know full well the implications. They know full well about the child trafficking. They know full well about the poisons in our food. They know full well about the racist attacks that have been going on. They know about all of this. All of this. And they're trying to throw glitter in everyone's eyes, right, with their little stunts, like acting like 3-year-olds. You know, most kindergarten classrooms could run that Congress better. And that's sad. It's really pathetic because the United States at once was highly respected at one point. At one point. Maybe again. Maybe it will be again. Who knows? But I'm just going to unload on you all tonight. I'm telling you, because it's been a lot. The tweets that I've been sending, tagging the new press secretary, the new secretary of DHS, the president himself. For some reason, those tweets don't want to tweet. Like, they'll usually, like, get rejected. Like, it's weird. Just too much. Like, just a lot going on. And I don't think it's them necessarily that are suppressing it. Or Elon Musk, for that matter. I don't. I think it's others, like, that. Like, the deep state is so layered and deep. It goes so deep. It's at the point now where I think, like, people could be a part of it and not even realize it. Like, there's just a lot of weird stuff going on right now. Like, the things that they're trying to throw on people, like, and convince people, like, they're trying to, like, keep these misconceptions and disinformation going and going. And I would like to think that at some point, someone tapped Donald Trump on the shoulder and been like, look, dude, I think the CIA is, like, infiltrated, like, every mainstream media has infiltrated. And I would even go as far to say, I bet the CIA were even the ones who attempted to take Donald Trump out. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I think they embody the deep state. I do. And the FBI has been doing some too, but, like, they actually used to do some good. You know what I mean? Like, they actually used to do good and for people up until the last few years. The CIA, they've never done any good. Like, they've only ever done evil and treated humans like guinea pigs, acted like they were above the law. They lie to Congress. They lie to the president. Like, they just do what the fuck they want all over the world. And we're funding it. It's like, it's wild. Like, that is the first thing that needs to go. Oh, and I'm not suicidal, by the way. If a CIA agent comes in the middle of the night and slits my throat or something, I am not a CIA. I mean, like, I'm not suicidal. None of those things. I'm not mentally unstable. I promise. I know I might not make sense, but no. None of that. None of that will happen. I don't know, guys. It's wild. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here when people, like, fight every step of the way? You know, in a couple weeks, I'm actually going to be traveling close to D.C. If you guys want me to do some kind of, like, in-person, like, report on the things that I see that are going on or whatever, if you want me to interview people on the street or whatever, that's something I'm willing to do, you know, mix things up a little bit, get the shadow band off me, maybe. I'm open for suggestions. I know I've got some loyal subscribers out there who keep coming back, and I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. You guys are the reason I keep doing this every day. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Sometimes I think I'm crazy. Like, Am I the only one seeing the madness unfold? Did you guys see those hateful scowls on their faces during Donald Trump's address? Like, it was like almost priceless. Like, just the awful, ugly scowls on their faces. Like, they were so miserable. Like, I honestly didn't realize how much the deep state had gotten to that particular political party until I saw that address. I was like, oh my God. They are like literally anti anything good. What happened? They used to be the party that was like all for the good and equality. Like, what happened? What happened? When did this weird paradox happen? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But what I will say, I think it's very, very telling that there is a noticeable silence from like Barack Obama, Joe Biden. There's like a noticeable silence from them like through all this. Like I can't help but notice that. Like, you would think they'd be out here like, I don't know, either defending it or condemning it, something, but they're like, I ain't in it. Like, they're very silent. And considering even one of their donors is coming out and like spilling their secrets and stuff, and like these weird shady things going on in the background, they're awfully silent. I don't, you know what? Part of me thinks that they're kind of relieved that this is all happening. Like, how could you not be relieved? Like it's got to affect them somehow or the other. Like, I mean, maybe it doesn't affect them directly. It's got to affect like family members or something. Like, all this crap going on. Like, I just don't understand like how you could actually want humanity to fail. Like, even if you're mad rich, like it what good would that be if like humanity collapsed? You know what I mean? Like, and make no mistake, like, if we don't stop like if our government doesn't stop the ridiculous spending, like, that's exactly what's going to happen. Everything's going to collapse. Like, you can't just spend money that doesn't exist. It doesn't make any sense. No, you can't just print more money. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. So, like, I just don't understand, like, what this mentality, like, I would have thought they'd either come up with some kind of new argument or at least try to meet somewhere halfway, like, in the middle somewhere. Like, surely you want us to make steps towards progress, towards finding the missing children, towards, even if you look at the less meaningful things, like, in my opinion, less meaningful, like the high prices and stuff like that. Like, surely you want better than what's going on. Surely you don't want every single culture in the world just to forget their culture and just blend and, like, I don't know. It seems like that these people just stand for everything that's, like, anti-humanity. Like, maybe they are reptiles. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just promoting, like, a reptilian world. I don't know. I've been late to these kinds of things before, so, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. Listen, nothing would surprise me at this point. Reptiles in the government, shit. Androids in the government, like, it would not surprise me if Hillary Clinton turns up to be an actual android. That would actually make a lot of sense. It would. It would explain a lot. It would explain her total lack of empathy towards any kind of human emotion. I mean, I think it would make sense. So, you know, I don't know what to say at this point. Like, I don't know how to get these answers. Because here's the biggest thing that I keep coming back to. It's like, I'd like to think that they are looking for these missing kids, right? But if they are, these are the questions I keep emailing them and asking them. I'm like, okay, so let's say that these kids or at least some of them are still alive. Hopefully some are still alive out of 400,000. What's the plan if you do find them, if they're being looked for and they're alive? What's the plan then? Like, what's going to happen to them? You're just going to put them back in DHHS? Are you going to deport them? Where are they going to go? How are going to be any steps taken to make sure they're not put back into the trafficking circuit? Like, what's the plan? That's a lot of kids that would be displaced if they are in fact found or alive or still in the United States. If you watch the last video I had on my Anything Taboo channel, my Albatross Airwaves channel, you'll see that United States map of like the 8,000 zip codes that these unaccompanied migrant children are supposed to be at, or at least some of them. From 1 to 1,000 are supposed to be at these 8,000 zip codes. Well, if they're alive, what's the plan? Is there going to be a mass adoption or mass deportation? What the fuck? Why isn't anyone, asking these questions? No one's asking. No one has inquired about the whereabouts of these children. And you see, honestly, the Democrats, that's really or Republicans, that's really the only argument that really needs to be made at the end of the day if you want to shut one side down or the other. Republicans, you could tell the Democrat haters, hey, you all lost track of hundreds of thousands of children or whatever, and we're looking for them if they are. Democrats, you could use the argument, well, hey, Republicans, what are you going to do if you find the missing 100,000 kids? Why aren't we hearing about it? Why isn't no one talking about it? Those both, either question toward either political party at this point would make sense if it was actually about political party. That's the thing, though. It's not about the political party. It's about shady players on both sides, okay? One side's refusing to bring it up. One side's refusing to ask. It doesn't matter. It's not being brought up. And the people that are tweeting about it, that are making videos about it, are getting shadow banned. So that tells me something very bad. It tells me either that these kids are not, in fact, alive, or... it could mean a lot of things, but either that these kids aren't presumed to be alive, or that they're not being looked for, or that they don't really have a plan what to do if they do find them. I don't know what the answer is. That's why I've been emailing people. I've been emailing the press secretary. I've been emailing Department of Homeland Security. I've emailed ICE. I've written letters. I've called. I've done CBD. I've called them. They all keep sending me to the other department. They're sending me in circles on purpose. I filled out Freedom of fucking Information Acts. Like they told me to do. Just to be told, oh, this isn't a Freedom of Information Act matter. So, what the fuck? Is anyone going to ask or answer? Maybe someone with some more followers than I've got can ask. Maybe they'll be listened to or respond. I don't fucking know. I've never had this hard of a time getting an answer to a simple damn question. It is wild to me. You know what? And maybe they're right. Maybe some of these people are right who's saying that Israel's behind it all and that's why they don't want to talk about it now. That could be true. I don't know. Our government was behind child trafficking. Why wouldn't Israel's government be behind it too? I don't know. Any government could be behind it. What I want to know is why the fuck no one's talking about it? Nobody. Crap. The alien disclosure people are talking about it more than our government, more than our journalists are. It's bullshit, guys. How did we get to this place as human beings where children were always the dead last priority? How did we get to this point? Because that's what it's become. Children come dead last to everybody. They come dead last to methadone overdoses, fentanyl overdoses. They come dead last to tariffs. They come dead last to Ukraine. They come dead last to Hamas. They just come dead fucking last to everything. To airplanes falling out of the sky. I'm not saying those things aren't important. But, like, when the fuck are we just going to talk about 400,000 missing children? Do people realize how many children that is? That is a lot of kids. I mean, that's like a whole population of a town. Of a large-sized town. In the United States. Yeah, I know. I told you I was going to unload. So the missing children have become the most taboo subject of all. Besides, like, just being honest. Like, that's become the most taboo subject of all. You get shadow banned for it. You get flagged for it. So your email address isn't hardly worth a fuck anymore. You get your account taken down for it. I did not realize talking about missing children would be so controversial and taboo. So I made one channel to talk about the missing kids and the child trafficking. And now I've made another to talk about all these dark things going on that contributes to it, like religion and politics. Oh yeah, I'm going there. I know I got a lot of flack for that religion video I did. I did take it down. But don't worry, I'm going to be making another video where I go into a little more detail. But, like, make no mistake, like, religion has been, like, one of the biggest supporters of child trafficking. Just read the Old Testament, like, for fuck's sake, like, that's where it all started, like, if you really want to know. That's why I no longer support this, the Bible. I believe in God. I do. I believe in God, but I do not believe that whatever they talked about in the Old Testament was God. I don't. I think Jesus was the shit. Jesus was awesome. And, believe it or not, Jesus believed me. He agrees with me. Just read, I think it's John chapter 10 maybe. It's the chapter where Jesus is talking to Jewish citizens, telling them that their father is the devil. He's literally saying that the God of the Old Testament is the devil. It says it right there in the Gospel of John. But, anywho, so yeah. Jesus agreed with me. I know a lot of the other stuff in there was manipulated and things like that. But, like, you know, I'm going to do a whole nother video on that. That's one of the presentations I've been working on. I've been working on that. And I've also, you know, been working on, well, I don't really want to talk about the other video I've been working on because it talks about some pretty powerful players and I'd rather not just give it away just yet. I want to wait till that video drops. But there's a lot I'm working on. But I don't know, guys. I don't know the answer. Other than just to keep talking about it, like what I've been doing, just keep talking about it until someone, you know, stops shadow banning me or someone of importance listens and has a heart and a soul and wants to find out what's going on too. I don't know what to do. I'm open to suggestions. Please feel free to leave in the comments some ideas of what I could try. Like I've tried the review thing, leaving reviews, like the letters, the calls, the emails. I've tried a lot. Like I said, I'll be traveling close to DC in a few weeks. Let me know if that's something I should do. If I should just stop, take a stroll down into DC and just ask people on the street what they think about this missing children situation. I think that's actually a good idea. And plus, I'll be actually on camera for the first time. You can see my beautiful self. See that I'm not a robot. That would be nice. I don't know. I'll think about it. Let me know what you guys think about it. Maybe I'll do it. But yeah, I'm open to suggestions because I really want these kids to be found. I'm holding on to the hope. I cannot believe that they're dead. Like, I know a lot of them probably are. I'm not naive, but like, there's got to be. And even if they are dead, even if they are, they should still be found. They should still be found. But anywho, I know I'm not the only one who's been raising hell about it. There are others who have been raising hell about it. We'll just keep raising hell until someone listens. So yeah, I know I've rambled on and on. I'm gonna let you guys go, but just wanted to give you guys updates, see how I felt, where I was at. Yeah, because I know I haven't like been posting as regularly as I was. Maybe that's another reason why I don't have, my views have dropped a little bit. But like, I think like the quality of information is more important than the quantity, because these things are just too important to get wrong. Like they are. Like even for small channels, this information is just too important to get wrong. These kids need us. They need us to keep talking about it. They need us to remember them. That they're there. Whether they're dead or alive, they matter. And so, yeah. Children's lives matter. Where are the children? Keep asking. Eventually, we'll break through the shadow ban, guys. We'll break through. It'll help if you share. But anyways, take care. I'll try to be back tomorrow. If not, for sure on, what is today? Sunday? If not, for sure Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll be back on one of the channels or both. Yeah. Okay. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye, guys.